So it's day 7, and you can see the feathers have started to actually break out of the quills now, taking the shape of the proper feathers. And you can see more feathers starting to appear on the back of the neck and the shoulders and the top of the head. And the tail feathers are starting to almost break out of the quills. You can see the underside are actually white. Here's the underside of the Gouldians are white. So we're progressing fairly well. Here we are, day 8. Nicely shaped. Okay. We're just about to be fed in a few minutes. We're all very quiet at the moment. As soon as I start the feeding, they'll start squawking. You can see the iridescent dots on the sides of the mouth there. Starting to look a little bit more like birds now. Day 9, and things are progressing pretty well. They've moved into separate little nests, getting a little bit competitive with one another over food, and so they've separated off, but they seem to be progressing pretty well. This little fella, his feathers are not as well developed as the other, but they're both eating well, both coming along pretty well. As you can see, the tail feathers on this are much better defined on this little fella. Quite genuine feathers there, and he's got a little bit more development. He's got little spikes on his skull, and a few bit, his feathers are a bit more developed on the rest of his body as well. Starting to look like a bird now, eh? But they're both going pretty well. Got a feeling it won't be all that long before they I have to put a cover on top to stop them jumping out of the nest. So here we are on day 10, and they're still developing quite well. But they seem smaller than when they were featherless. But certainly not eating as much, and their craws aren't as big, but maybe that's just part of the development. More and more like little birds. Still not much happening on top of the head, but they're getting more feisty and moving around a lot more. Okay, so we're just about to have a feed, and we'll change the bedding and we'll go back to sleep.